Right, so I basically just wanted to make this live to address the situation of what happened with my ex-best friend, because I feel like till this day I'm trying to move on from the situation, and I'm trying to I feel like it's annoying. Every single day I see my ex-best friend's name and I'm like, I'm trying to move on from the situation. I don't want to think about it, and I feel like I understand where people are coming from and why people feel entitled to knowing what's happened. Yeah, I feel like I understand why people feel entitled to knowing what's happened, because obviously it's like a fast change. She was with me every single day and then she wasn't with me one day and everyone was like, what the hell, where did she go? And it's just so annoying because I'm just trying to move on from the situation, because I haven't done anything wrong, and I feel like I understand that people need an explanation, because you can't just not be friends with someone and then like you was friends with them every single day, people saw them every day, you was posting the snaps and stories and pictures every day, and now you're not friends anymore, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, what the fuck happened? And till this day, so many people message me, and I feel like you guys deserve an explanation, and I feel like people deserve to know that I'm not in the wrong. Yeah, I feel like people deserve to know that I'm not in the wrong, and I'm always being painted to be this person that can't keep friends, blah blah blah, and that's not the truth. Like, if you know me, I'm a loyal friend. I literally, I'm that type of friend where if you're friends with if you don't like someone, I'm gonna stop liking that person because you're my friend. Like, that's how real I am. And yeah. So basically, I'm just gonna keep it short and not tell you guys every single thing, because obviously it is private. But basically what's happened is that it's just like these little things I would pick up on, and then there was one thing that I was like, fuck this, like I can't be her friend anymore because this is just toxic. Like, for instance, I think last year I was with my ex-boyfriend, and he was like rubbish, trash, pure trash. And I just like used to get upset and tell her, and she would be like he used to cheat on me all the time. So I would tell her, she would be like, oh, I could never be with someone that cheated on me. I can't relate, like that could never be me. And I'm like, as a friend, you're meant to support me. Like, don't be telling me that could never be me. Like, it's just putting me down as a person. And I felt like I couldn't even tell her things anymore. And it came to the point where I would have to like lie to my friend when I'm with my ex-boyfriend, because I just didn't feel comfortable telling her, because every time she'll be like judging me, and it's just like it's hard, because that was my first boyfriend, so I literally couldn't break up with him. Literally, I couldn't. And I would just try, and I would go to her and like go to her for comfort and stuff, and she would basically just tell me to leave him, which is reasonable. I would tell her to leave him if she was in that position, but she would just make me feel like shit, like oh, that could never be me, oh nah, like. So that was one thing that I noticed that I really hated, but I felt like it wasn't a big enough reason to stop being someone's friend just because they're like looking down on you, which is like pretty much a big reason. But I valued her friendship, and she was more of a good friend than a bad friend, so I'm never going to say she was a bad friend completely, no, not at all. But there was just things that I would pick up on. Like, there was another time where I was talking to this boy and we was in his car, and I was in the front seat, she was in the back seat, and he looked at me, he was like, oh, Kenza, what do you like want to do in life, what are your aspirations and stuff? And at the time I literally left college, I was lost in life, I didn't know what to do, I'm in college now, but yeah, I was just so lost. I didn't know what to do in life, and I was like, well, I don't really know what my aspirations are. All I know is I'm starting to go college again in September, so hopefully that will like guide me to be something in the future, or guide me to know what I want to do. And then like she just butts in and she's like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to, like, are you trying to throw me under the bus kind of thing? Like, it's embarrassing. You're meant to be my friend and you're throwing me under the bus. It's every time like a one-up. And I'm thinking, bruv, you're my friend. I don't care if you're trying to one-up me. It doesn't matter. Like, we're friends. I will never try one-up my friends because we're young, we're learning. Like, if you know what you want to be and I don't, that doesn't make you a better person than me. And then she goes to him, she's like, it's nice to have our own little goals, isn't it? And I'm thinking, bruv, okay. So I just kept things like that to the back of my mind, but I just thought, okay, you know what? I value our friendship. Like, she's been a good friend to me. She's done things for me, and I've done things for her. Like, we've travelled together. She's come to my house. I've welcomed her as my sister. I've come to her house. Her family has welcomed me as one of their family members. And I thought, this is too small to cut a relationship over. Like, it's not a good enough reason, if that makes sense. And then, but like, these things would just stick in the back of my mind, like, and literally every day there'll be something where she'll be trying to one-up me, and I'm thinking, it's unnecessary. I'm your friend. I'm not in competition with you. I'm your friend. Yeah, so it was just like these little things, and it will just build up. So, okay, so this was the last time where I was like, fuck this, I can't be your friend at all. Like, I don't even care about our friendship. I don't care about the holidays. I don't care that you've come to my house, because no one comes to my house. Like, literally, maybe 3 people in my whole life. No, in the whole time I've been living in this house, have come to this house. No one comes to my house. If you come to my house, I love you. Like, if you meet my mum, I love you. So, so what's it called? So, we went to the club, and there was this boy there, and she was like kind of speaking to him, and he was dancing with other girls, blah blah blah. And then we saw him leaving with girls at the club. Like, we was like kind of hiding, and we saw him leaving with girls. And I just said to her, you know what, you haven't been speaking to him for long. They haven't been speaking for like longer than a month. I was like, it doesn't matter, you haven't even kissed him. Literally just stop talking to him. Like, we know boys are rubbish, fuck them. So she was like, yeah, like, I've had enough, I'm gonna delete him, like, he's trash, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, delete him, it doesn't matter, you're a pretty girl, you're gonna find someone else, doesn't matter. And then a week after, minding my business, but then I called her, and he's been messaging me on Snapchat, like, trying to say sorry, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, why is he messaging you? I thought you deleted him. He's like, oh, about that. And I was like, I didn't even care. I was just like, whatever, like, do what you want. Because I'm not even going to try G-check you and tell you to delete someone, because that's your life. Like, I'm not going to force you to do things that are right for you. See, that's the difference between me and her. When I was with my ex-boyfriend, she'll be like, leave him, that could never be me, I could never be one of them girls. But now you're doing it with a guy that you've been speaking to for a month. But anyways, that wasn't like why we completely ended. So then after that, so just keep that story in mind, because it builds up to the real story of what, like, when I was like, fuck this. So yeah, so she was with her friend. She was with her friend from Paris, which I'm not close to. I don't really know her like that. And she was staying at Shannon's house. And yeah, so I didn't really know the girl. So that whole week I wasn't really meeting her, because I didn't know the girl that she was with. So I wasn't too fussed on meeting her or anything. I was just minding my business. But then I called her, and she was getting ready. She was like fixing her hair and doing her makeup, and I'm like, oh, where you going? Like, I'm not the type of person to invite myself. No, rule number 1 of me, like, I'll never ever do that. I'll never be like, oh, I want to come. No, I'm not coming unless you invite me. So I'm like, oh, where you going? And Shannon, she knows me properly. Like, she was actually basically my sister. Like, she knew me from the inside and the outside. Like, she fully knew me. So she knew that I wouldn't, like, invite myself. Like, I was just curious. So I was like, oh, where are you going? She's like, nowhere. And I'm like, oh, cool, I didn't think anything of it. Carried on with the FaceTime call, her friends in the background. And then I was in her friend's private story on her Instagram. And then she's like, where has this girl taken me? And it was, like, dark and, like, in the forest. And she didn't snap her. She didn't snap Shannon, but she just snapped the surroundings. And I kind of guessed where it was. And then I see the girl post a picture in Scion Lounge. And the girl is from Paris. Like, you're not going to know what Scion Lounge is. It's like a restaurant, like a shisha place restaurant. But if you're from Paris, you're not going to know what it is. Like, even people in London don't know what Scion Lounge is. Like, not everyone. So I was like, okay, let me be smart and ask her after and see if she's still going to lie that she didn't go out. Because the whole time her friend went out, she didn't snap anything. So I knew she was with Shannon. So I messaged her and I was like, oh, did you go Scion Lounge? And she's like, nah, I didn't. And I'm like, oh, but then the girl actually snapped her on her private story. But she must have added me and not Shannon. I don't know why, but that's just what I assume. And then she's like, no, I didn't go Scion Lounge. I was like, bruv, are you going to lie to my face? Like, I saw you. I literally saw the snap of you there. The girl was there. You was in the cab together. Like, why are you going to lie? So then I just deleted her because I was like, bruv, I'm not a dickhead. I don't value our friendship at this point anymore because you're actually going to lie to me about going to a restaurant. So I'm thinking, what the fuck? So she messaged me on WhatsApp. She was like, yeah, I'm sorry I lied. She's like, yeah, I did lie, but it's because I went to meet the boy and I felt like you were going to judge me. So you felt like I was going to judge you when my ex has been cheating on me like every single day for a year. And then when I came to you for advice, you would be like, I could never be that girl, but now you are that girl. So that's why you felt like I would judge you, because you're a hypocrite. So now you don't want me to. So now you're meeting someone that's violated you in front of your face, in front of my face, and you're gonna meet them. Like, that's exactly what my ex used to do to me, and I would cry to Shannon, and she would tell me that could never be me. But now you want to do the same thing with someone that you literally haven't even known for a month. What the fuck? So. She was like, look, I'm sorry, but it's not like you've never lied before. You lied to me when what's it called? Because one time I was with my ex, like, we used to break up, whatever, and I was with him, and I was on my way to meet Shannon, but I didn't want to tell her I was with him because she would just judge me and make me feel like shit. I don't know if you guys can relate, but you know when your friends they can actually make you feel like you're nothing, like, oh, like, your man cheats on you, blah, blah, blah. Like, it was just embarrassing. I didn't even want to tell her anymore because when I did tell her, she'll make me feel like shit. So why would I want to tell you my business now? So anyway, he drove me to her and I told her I was in an Uber and we bumped into, like, when he was driving, she saw us. So she saw his car and she saw him. So obviously I got caught lying. But I think my reasons are validated, because why should I tell you if you judge me when I tell you? Do you know what I'm saying? So she tried to use that one time I lied, because I'm genuinely an honest person, and I'm not gonna scream, oh, I'm the best person ever, I'm a loyal friend, I'm honest, I will never do you wrong, I'm this, that. No, I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect friend. Like, sometimes I'm a bitch, sometimes I'm moody, sometimes I'm just like rude, do you know what I mean? But I'm not disloyal and I'm not a liar. And I think those are the two main things you need when you're friends with someone, and you need love as well. And those are three things that I can honestly say with my whole heart that I am. So for you to feel that it's okay, like, that it's okay for you to use that excuse when I've been with my ex for a year, we've been through so much over a guy you've known for a month, that just actually makes me sick. And the fact that you're, like, it's like a half-hearted apology, like, yeah, I'm sorry, but you've lied before. Like, okay, I've lied before because you used to basically violate me and make me feel like shit. So obviously I'm gonna fucking lie to you. Yeah, and then I was just really hurt because, like, that the girl I didn't know, she was lying to me in front of someone that I didn't know, and she didn't really know me like that. So you're just like, to the other girl, I must have been like, bruv, Shannon don't even value this friendship. Like, Shannon don't even fucking care about this Kenza girl. Like, she lies to her all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, it basically devalues me as a person. Like, oh, Kenza doesn't matter. Like, you can just lie to her, whatever, she's dumb. Nah, like, that's actually, like, violating. So yeah, I was just really, really hurt by the situation, and like it actually hurt me so much because, like, I felt like I finally found a friend that was real to me and, like, I could trust and that wouldn't judge me, but I guess, like, that wasn't the case. And, yeah, so that's the reason why we're not friends, and that's what what really actually hurt me about the whole situation is I understand that people lie, and I genuinely understand. I actually understand why Shannon lied, because she must have been feeling guilty because the whole time she was violating me, but she's doing the same thing, so she's probably feeling guilty, which I understand. But what I don't understand is that you decided to lie to me in front of someone that I don't know and that doesn't know me like that. So that just, like, makes me look like, oh, Kenza's just some any girl, you can lie to Kenza if you want to, Kenza's just, like, dumb. Like, I'm not dumb. I'm gonna clock you lying and I'm gonna draw you out on it, and I'm not gonna be your friend, and I'm not gonna tolerate it, and I don't care if you know me inside and out. I'm not gonna tolerate being violated like that in front of other people. That's embarrassing. I'm not gonna tolerate being like that, because that's embarrassing. Like, there's also, oh, my friend keeps calling me, and yeah, there was this one time as well where I was like, what the fuck. So basically I didn't used to tag her in my pictures because I was just like, I'll be honest, I was wary of her using me, and that's just how I am. Like, with all my friends, I'm so careful because I've been used before. Like, people have actually been my friends just so they can get a one-up and get, like, followers or whatever, which is fucking dumb. So I've just always been careful, and I've just never tagged people in my pictures and stuff. And then, so one time I took a picture of this girl, and I tagged her because she has the same amount of followers as me. So I was like, I don't really care about tagging her because, like, she tagged me and we have the same followers. So it's not like she's gaining from me or I'm gaining from her. We're just gaining the same. But Shannon has, like, less than half the amount of followers I have. So I just never used to tag her just in case of her using me, which I didn't think she was. But still, at the back of my mind, I was still careful. Then she messages me like, oh, so you started tagging people now? And I'm thinking, huh? What? Like, you're meant to be my friend. Why the fuck should you care about a tag? She was like, oh, so you started tagging people now? I was like, yeah, like, she has the same amount of followers as me. That's why I tagged her. And she was like, oh, I didn't know. Like, why are you asking? It's my Instagram. If I want to tag my mum and not my dad, I can. If I don't want to tag you and I want to tag this other person, I can. Because it's my Instagram. Like, how dare you ask me, oh, you started tagging people now? Yeah, I did. So what? I don't want to tag you. Like, if you're my friend, why should you even notice things like that? Because if that was me, I wouldn't even, like, clock that. Like, this is what I mean, like, how can you notice things like that if you're actually my friend? And that was, like, the first time we had an argument, and she obviously had to apologise because she was in the wrong for that. Like, how dare you ask me that you, like, oh, you started tagging people now? That's just, I just think that was snide, and there was meaning behind that. It wasn't just, she tried to say, oh, it was just a question. Like, nah, that's not a normal question. That's not a normal question. Do you think a normal person with, obviously everyone's normal, but I'm just saying someone with like 10 followers is going to ask me, oh, so you started tagging people now? They're not going to give a fuck. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I have friends that I've been friends with for years, literally years, that have never ever asked for anything from me. Never asked for a tag, never asked for a shout out, never asked to help me with this, that. If I want to do it, I want to do it out of my own will. Like, when I trust you enough, that's when I'm gonna, like, post you everywhere, not post you everywhere, but, like, show you off fully. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what I used to do back in the day with all my friends, and it's turned, like, can't speak. It's basically slapped me in the face, because you'll help people, and then you'll help people grow, and then you're not friends with them anymore because they've, like, took the piss, and then you see that they're signed to this agency, doing posts for this, that, basically making money because you helped them that one time to just boost them. Like, literally, there's been people that I know that have literally 2K followers, and this was a long time ago, like, literally maybe 3 years ago. Like, they'll have 2K followers, then I'll, like, boost them, like, oh, this girl's so pretty, everyone go follow her, like, I love her vibe, blah blah blah. Then all of a sudden they have 15K, then they have 30K, and then you're like, it didn't happen for nothing. Like, I shouted you out, and that's why you gained clout. Like, I'm not gonna lie. So I've just been careful of that since then, because it's happened to me before, and I'm not gonna let it happen to me again. So yeah, like, I don't care. Exactly, she doesn't want to put her friends on. No, I don't want to put my friends on that much, because all my friends have used me in the past. Like, 90% of my friends have used me in the past. So why should I be open-hearted to helping left, right and centre in the future? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to help people that I don't know well enough. Like, me and Shannon have only been friends for a year. I didn't feel comfortable enough to boost her, like, oh yeah, everyone do this, go follow her, please. Nah, it's not that deep. Like, we're friends, simple as. I don't need to help you in any sort of way. Like, I'll tag you here and there, but I won't be posting you left, right and centre on my page and really actually going out of my way to boost you. You know what, I feel like I can be a good friend in different aspects. Like, if you want me to come to a hospital appointment with you and wait for 10 hours, then I will. If you have a funeral and you need me to come, then I will. If you have a family meeting and it's awkward, you don't want to be there, then I will come. Like, I'm that type of friend. Like, I will help. I will always be there. If you need someone to talk to, I will be there. If you need someone to cry to, I will be there. If it's 5 in the morning and you need someone to cry to, I'm going to be that friend that is there to help you. Like, and she's been there for me as well, don't get me wrong, but I just think she has weird intentions, and I think that she's low-key a toxic person, but she doesn't realise it. And one time I put something on my Insta story like, oh, guys, can you please not ask me about the situation? Like, she's lied to me, end of story. And she was fast up messaging me like, oh, I don't want you to involve me, I can't remember exactly what she said word for word, but like, oh, don't talk about me, don't talk about the situation, blah, 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 like, and these few months where we haven't been friends, I've been thinking, oh, let me just move on and be mature and not speak about the situation. But no, you've lied to me. I'm being, like, painted to be a bad person, like, Kenza can't keep friends, Kenza this, Kenza that, Kenza's always losing friends. I'm not always losing friends. My friends always violate me or try to use me. So that's the real tea. That's why I'm losing friends. So, and I'm not the type of person that cares about having 100 friends, or cares about image, or cares about, oh, I have to stay friends with her, otherwise I'm not going to have anyone. No, I don't give a fuck. Like, I actually don't give a fuck. If you violate me, I'm not going to be your friend. End of story. And that's just how I am. I'm quick with people. And it's scary, because one day you could be my friend and next day you might not be my friend because you violated. So don't ever try to get too comfortable and think, oh, because we've done this together, I've been there for her, which she has. She's been there for me and I've been there for her. That doesn't mean that I'm not gonna drop you like this if you violate, because it's an accumulation of things. It's not a thing where it was that one time where she lied to me. Like, yeah, fair enough, she lied to me over a boy, who cares? Like, everyone lies over boys, everyone lies, I don't care. But it's the fact that you lied to me in front of someone else, you've embarrassed me, you've actually embarrassed your friend, and you've embarrassed your friend, and you've been toxic. Like, when I tell you about my problems and stuff, you basically belittle me. Like, it's not fair. I would never ever do that to someone. I would feel bad doing that to someone. Imagine someone coming and crying to you and you're telling them, oh, that could never be me. Like, come on. Okay, that's it. I've said my piece. That's actually the whole truth. I've not been perfect in the whole relationship, but I've never lied about her or lied to her. I've never ever spoke shit about her to someone else. Never, ever. She was basically my only close friend. The worst I've probably done is... I can't even think of something that I've done. Like, I actually haven't done anything wrong in that situation. Like, she chose to lie to me. I didn't ask to be lied to. I didn't ask to be embarrassed. Like, be embarrassed in front of someone else. I didn't ask for her to violate me. So, yeah. And I just really wish people would understand where I'm coming from and try not to mention her name, because it really pisses me off. Like, I try to ignore it as much as I can, but you know when you haven't done anything wrong to someone and you see their fucking name every day, it's like, oh, because I'm not going to sit here and say, yeah, I dropped her and I moved on and I was living my best life. Nah, I dropped her. I was upset for weeks. That was my best friend. I was upset for time. Like, and till this day, I still feel like, rah, I've been violated once again. Like, how many fucking friends are going to violate me? And, yeah, so it would just be appreciated if you guys just don't mention her. I've addressed the situation as everyone wanted me to. And that's it. That's the real tea.